Hey everyone, I am Matt. This is Mattsomi Games, and this is episode 2 of our Victoria playthrough as the USA, what I am calling our Manifest Destiny game, where we're just going to try to, build ourselves up and then spread democracy all over the world, wherever we can find it. Last episode, we just kind of got started with the game. Started off in 1836, made a couple decisions about which direction we wanted our country to go. Moved a few things around. Not much exciting was happening at that point, but that's okay, because we're going to get started here, hopefully starting to move things forward. Now, as a reminder, okay, good job, Texas, way to go. My plan going forward here for the moment is the following. We're in a very good strategic position right now. We have the coasts, means that nobody can come invade us from those directions. We have to, at some point in the near future, confront Mexico. This is going to be the primary war that's going to determine who will control the continent for the coming decades. That sounds kind of grandiose to say, but if you think about American history, that really is what happened. France has annexed Al Jazeera. Okay, good job, France. I saw a bunch of Prussian. Anybody at war? Anybody at war? Nope. Okay, good. If you think about it, that really is what happened. The U.S. and Mexico fought this war for control of the continent, and the fact that the U.S. won meant that the U.S. Was the dominant power in North America going forward. So we're going to have to confront Mexico here at some point, and we're also going to be trying to avoid war with the United Kingdom for the near future, because that's bad. I think there's an event that triggers in the mid-1840s that may cause us to have to go to war, but we'll see. So right now the goal is just to build up our country as best we can, start splitting our pops up, start trying to expand factories and all that good stuff, and then we're going to want one infantry division out here. Good. We expanded the grain farm in Columbus. Go to Columbus. Where are you? Columbus. Split this up. We're going to want one infantry division out west, plus a couple cavalry divisions, and then we're going to want probably 5 or 6 infantry divisions here. And then depending on when the war comes, if I have time, I'm going to build more to do a Veracruz landing like they did in real life. That is the current plan. All right, we have enough in the way of manpower right now to build a division, so let me go to do that. Where am I going here? Why am I blanking on? Okay, there it is, yeah. Set up a new division. So, culture. Okay, so this is an interesting thing for the U.S. especially. You choose which culture you want to be the national culture of each division. Right now we don't have enough firepower. No, we don't have enough manpower to do Yankee, unfortunately. So we can do Dixie and we can do Cherokee, which is also one of our national cultures. That being said, if you choose Dixie when the Civil War happens, the Dixie divisions go with the Civil War. Go with the Civil War. Go with the Confederacy. So, because I'm a damn Yankee, I'm going to be trying to avoid that as much as we can. So these first division that I'm going to put out west is going to be a Cherokee division. So thank you, Cherokees. All right, let's recruit that, and that just costs us a bunch of money. So corrupt official, some of our cement stock. That's too bad. Okay. Savannah. Let's go to the budget. Horace Mann. Politician and lawyer Horace Mann began his reforms of the educational system of Massachusetts. His system of schools became a model for the entire United States. Literacy plus 5%. Rock on. All right, let's pay this off. Pay this loan off. Okay. All right, we got a substantial amount of money coming in now, which is good. So I'm going to increase defense spending. Is anybody at war now? I'm trying to see. I'm just trying to keep an eye on what's going on over here if there's wars going on. Egypt, yeah. So very early on, the Ottoman Empire and Egypt usually fight a war. I don't know as much about history in this part of the world as I should. Basically, at the start of the war, Egypt controls what is now Israel, Palestine, Jordan, Syria, and Lebanon. And Turkey, Ottoman Empire comes in and takes that away from them. The Ottomans have like all this, and then they have this over here. So they usually, I think in all the times I've played this game, I've always seen them beat Egypt. I don't know if it's possible for Egypt to win. That might be a good playthrough at some point. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Let's keep moving, though. All right, we're building one division now, so that'll be good. That is a cavalry division that will go out west. The next division I'll build... Oh, actually, yeah, you can see right there. If the game doesn't freeze on me, keep going. Okay. You can see right here what I was talking about. The Mexicans have placed a division out here in Utah. So I'm going to want to place an infantry division here to offset that. And then have the remainder go down here. That is the current plan anyway. So let's keep on moving. Ooh, Egypt has a military alliance with France. Hold on. Finished in Boston, finished in Philly. Oh, we have new technology. Okay. So, what are my options here? Strategic mobility. And not loving that. Raider group doctrine. That's a possibility. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. Okay, good. Stock exchange. Romanticism, plus 2% more prestige, plus 5. Ooh, actually, this is what I want to do. I want to do mechanical production. Okay. So, I just saw a bunch of these, like, war things trigger. What was that? Who's at war with who? Who's at war? Are you at war? Someone at war? Anybody at war? No? Okay. No one's at war. Too bad. Okay, so this finished. Let's see. Anything to split there? Nope. What about you? Anything here? Anything in Boston to split up? Yes. Let's split you. Alright, Massachusetts has a factory. Has a fabric factory. We can expand that if we wanted. I'm thinking about starting to expand some factories. I don't particularly want to just yet. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to. I mean, the more factories you can get going, the better off you are. Steel factory is going to be helpful. What's in Virginia here? Small arms factory. Small arms. Let's see. Except I think they're limited by the amount of ammunition we have. Is there a factory in North Carolina? No, there's not. South Carolina. Did I split anything out here? No, I did not. Split? Nope. I mean, as you get, Macon already expanded their cotton plantation. Interesting. Atlanta, Savannah. Did I look at Savannah? I might have. Yeah, you can really see just from clicking through some of these different states where the real population in the U.S. is at this time. Yeah, it's all concentrated out here on the eastern seaboard. That'll change as we go forward. Oh, there we go. Infantry regulars. All right, so you get deployed there. There you go. So we're gonna get to change the name of this. So I need to come up with a good name. This is gonna be the first Corps. Actually, I'm gonna call this remember the Corps of the West. The infantry regulars can have a new name. So, my beloved Cubbies just made it. They just clinched a playoff spot the other day. So, yeah, we're gonna call this. No, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. We're gonna call this the Chris Bryant Division. Chris Bryant Division. Okay. So way to go, Chris Bryant Division. You are now the one that is controlling the West. Much like Chris Bryant is controlling the NL Central. I'm a Cubs fan, guys. Come on. I've not had much luck in the course of my life with the Cubs being good, so let me have this, please. Just let me have this. Okay, what's going on? Anything changing? No. Oh, yes, Trail of Tears. In 1827, the Cherokee Indians tried to form a state of their own, separate from the state of Georgia, known as Cherokee Nation. In the 1830s, gold was discovered in Cherokee Nation, which resulted in pressure from whites to obtain the land. A treaty was then extracted from a small part of the tribe, binding the whole people to move beyond the Mississippi River within 3 years. The Cherokee refused this document, and the U.S. Supreme Court upheld the nation's autonomy. The state of Georgia secured an order for their removal, which was accomplished by military force. President Andrew Jackson refused to intervene, and in 1838, the tribe was deported to the Indian Territory, which is actually during the Van Buren administration, but hey. Thousands would die along the journey to the Indian Territory, giving it the name Trail of Tears. So, our options are don't intervene, Cherokee pops removed from Atlanta, Macon, and Savannah. Support the Cherokee Nation, militancy for Cherokee in Georgia, modified by -2, militancy for Dixie in Georgia, modified by +2. Support the state of Georgia. Cherokee pops removed. Militancy for Cherokee. Militancy for Dixie. What really would have happened in the 1830s is certainly a don't intervene or support the state of Georgia. I'm going to go with support the Cherokee Nation, though. I kind of like having the Cherokee down there. Really do. And I don't, okay. So, all right. So that decision means that our revolt risk has now increased in Macon. I'm going to move the army south and north to Georgia just to make sure that nobody gets any bright ideas. Okay. Army out west, the Chris Bryant division. I'm going to wait on that. Wait on the new general. Don't really need it for right now. All right, so our manpower is expanding, so that's good. That means we're gonna get enough manpower for another division pretty soon. All right, since my money is going up, I'm gonna start buying a few things that I know we're gonna need in the future. So things like furniture, luxury furniture. These are all gonna be used to convert my pops to clerks and to why am I blanking? Craftsmen, things like that. Rubber, don't need that. I do need precious metal, I think. I do need coffee. Coffee, I love you. Oh, I love coffee. Coffee is the best. All right, I'm producing steel. That might be the first thing we want to do. We might want to expand this. Once these pops get bigger and I can split them. Yeah, I don't want. What I want to do is I want to have these pops be kind of self-sustaining. So I don't want to split off the clerk and craftsman pops just yet. I mean, even though that would be good, I really want. I want to have these be self-sustaining before I start doing that. I mean, this is so early on in the game, too. It's not going to matter a whole lot. All right, you can see my budget is going down there just because I'm buying up a bunch of stuff like clothes and furniture and all that. But that's necessary in order to split off the pops in the future, number one. And it's necessary to build new divisions, which I can actually do now. So let me see, what do I need? I want a cavalry. Just improving our railroad, yeah. One of the nice things about being in the United States, which has got I'm sorry about that. I've had a cough for like 4 weeks now that I've not been able to deal with. You don't have to worry too much about the infrastructure, like the railroads, because your capitalists will kind of take care of that for you. So like all this will start. I'll do some work on, especially as we start wanting to move troops east to west. Yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. Okay, so in order to get a cavalry division, these are the other resources I need. I need 10 manpower, and then I need small arms, wine, canned food, and money. Culture is going to have to be Dixie. Not quite what I wanted, but it is what it is. Let me go through and make sure. So what do I do there? I'm selling it. I'm producing, good. Wine I am not producing, I don't think. So buy that at less than 20. What else was there? Small arms I'm producing. I think that was it. Okay. I'm kind of doing this backwards in terms of where I'm building my army at. I'm going to have my, one infantry division and 2 or 3 cavalry divisions out here first. And then the main bit of the war is going to be down here, so I'm kind of building that second. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, I guess, but it's kind of like writing a book when you go from the end of the book back to the front. So you say, okay, I've got my last scene, and now I'm going to work my way from that to see how I want to get where I'm going. That analogy doesn't work, I know. Anyway. All right, our budget has stabilized. We've bought what we needed to buy, and now let's keep churning. Okay. Nothing is happening at the moment, and that is just because there is nothing going on. This is all a foundational day. Alright. I've never done a playthrough as Russia. I want to do it at some point. I think it'd be interesting. It's so big. There are so many problems that the country has, but they're in position to do some cool things. Usually what happens is that they end up kind of expanding down here. Oh, there we go. Got our cavalry division ready to go. So let's go back over here. Okay, let's put that here. All right, so let's see, I'm going to do first Cavalry Corps. Now, this needs a new name. So, I'm going to call this one, in keeping with the baseball theme, we're going to call this the Ricky Henderson Division. Ricky Henderson Division, okay, because it's going to be fast. That's the plan. It's going to be fast, and we're going to steal everything. We're going to steal bases, the way Ricky Henderson did. Don't know if the story is true. My favorite possibly apocryphal story about Ricky Henderson is that he called up a general manager one day and said, "This is Ricky calling on behalf of Ricky. Ricky wants to play," which is just a phenomenal way to present yourself. I really do think that. Spain, who are you fighting? Nobody. Okay. Spain is kind of an interesting one. I've never played as Spain. I should do that at some point because they've got an interesting position here. They still have colonies. Like they've got Cuba, they've got the Philippines. They're in position to do some interesting things, but the country is in such a mess at this point in time that it's kind of, All right, diplomatic deal with Haiti. So yeah, all these are. Okay, this is one of these interesting events. Foreign supporters of insurgents. Sometimes countries have tried to support insurgents in other countries by smuggling in weapons and ammunition to the rebels. Alright, our three options are hang the smugglers and seize the weapons. Prestige +5, +20 small arms, +20 ammunition, relation to Mexico -200. Seize the weapons and extradite the smugglers. Prestige -1. Dare not do anything. Prestige -10. We're going to go to war with Mexico at some point anyway, so I'm just going to go with hang the smugglers. Alright. So, now, Mexico and us. Let's see, where are we at? Our relations are -200. That doesn't necessarily mean war is imminent. It shouldn't, in fact. But I guess we'll just kind of see how it goes. And we're back. All right, new technology developed. Excellent. Pause. Okay, we have mechanical production. That's excellent. That's what we wanted. So, go back here. What do we got? So we have muzzle-loaded rifles. Ooh, could be interesting. Fire control systems. Yeah, maybe. Ad hoc money printing bill, loan interest rate, change from -2, tax efficiency, tariff efficiency, education costs. Idealism, +2. Clean coal. None of these are really jumping out at me. I'm going to do muzzle-loaded rifles just to get our military going here. Yeah, none of those really jumping out at me. The other two ones that were there were, in the commerce and the culture ones. Those are both good. I'm going to do those eventually, but not right this second. Okay, how am I doing? Defense spending is high. Okay, so I'm making enough money now. I can increase my crime fighting a little bit just to help out my society, and I will increase my social spending a little bit. Oh, Hussey and McCormick's reaping machine. This is the first step to mechanized farming, which increased the agricultural output enormously. Grain farms are 60% more efficient, orchards 125% more efficient, and tea plantations, which I don't think we have any, are 40% more efficient. Interesting. Well, we don't have any yet. What's this? It's a tea plantation. Okay. I might be hinting at one of my future plans by selecting those provinces. I always, when I'm expanding, it doesn't necessarily matter what country I am. There are certain things that I usually go for right away that I take. Usually I go for Abu Dhabi because it's an easy one to take over, and that one doesn't give you a whole lot right away, but as you get late game with the oil here, that's very helpful. Same thing with Oman, that's usually pretty easy, except that early on in the game they have all this too, so you gotta go after that. Yemen, basically everything here in the Middle East is going to be interesting. I also like going after Taiwan and Hainan. Those are two interesting islands you can kind of seize. and they have a lot of people in them, and they produce some interesting things. So if you can hold them, they're interesting. Pitts threshing machine. This farming machine made agriculture less labor intensive and increased the output. Grain farms are 60% more efficient, orchards are 125% more efficient, and tea plantations are 35% more efficient. Awesome. Mechanized slaughtering block. By mechanizing the procedure inside the slaughterhouse, the handling was sped up and output increased. Cattle ranch, 210 more efficient. Fishing wharf, 260 more efficient. Sheep ranch, 200 more efficient. Wow. So are we producing a lot more now? Is that the idea? Yeah, 1632 a day. That's interesting. All right, let's check in New York here. How you doing, guys? How you doing? Okay, nothing needs to be split. All right, let's keep going. So I've got the Ricky Henderson division up there. That's very exciting. Oh, Russia declared war on Georgia, and Nepal went bankrupt. Unfortunately, I don't border Nepal. Otherwise, so after a country goes bankrupt, their prestige drops by so much that it's actually a really great time to take control of that country. Bali went bankrupt. Oh, I want Bali. Where's Bali? Bali. Ooh, Bali. I've heard Bali's beautiful. I've never been. Corruption purge. Sorry, these are going to be all pop-ups. They're just going to keep coming and going and all that good stuff. I can turn them off, but they're kind of nice to have to know what's going on. How is my revolt risk? Where are you? Your infrastructure, your revolt risk. Yeah, the Georgians are still angry. I don't care. There we go. This is what I was talking about. Capitalists build a factory. A capitalist starts to build a furniture factory in Pennsylvania. Okay, so Pennsylvania now. At the end of 1841, so 2 years from now, it's going to take a while, we will have another factory there. So at that point, we're going to want to start splitting some of these off and turning them into clerks, turning them into craftsmen, because that is how we're going to staff our factories. In my experience in the USA, we have a problem in that we tend to build our factories faster than we can split our pops up. Gonna need to figure out how to encourage some immigration into the USA. That's what we want. We want more immigration. Immigration is good for an economy. Let's not forget that, folks. Not that I'm talking to anybody in particular right now. Okay, Sharp and Roberts power loom. This was one of the first mechanized power looms, and it revolutionized production. From now on, the textile industry was no longer considered a handicraft. Cotton plantation, 10% more efficient. Sheep ranch, 210% more efficient. I don't know if I have any sheep ranches, do I? Let's see. You, Vermont, what are you? Yeah, no. Any sheep ranches? Building station shipyards. By industrializing shipyards and building them so that the work process was done in a modern fashion, the output of ships and efficiency was vastly increased. Clipper Shipyard, which doesn't have any, 10% more efficient. Retractive forces in agriculture, expensive loans, diminishing net profits, and the increased cost of living have put many farmers out of business. This country not only faces diminishing agricultural output, but also a growing proletariat knocking on the front door of our major cities. A black day. A lot of things are 5% less efficient. I'm going to pause real quick. I just want to see, do I have any, like, sheep or cattle? Or oh, there's cattle. There we go. There's cattle. Not producing a whole lot of it, though, I don't think. Yeah, I also have British as a national pop. Brits. Texas, let's see, so Dallas has got cattle, Dallas, cattle, Lubbock. What are you guys? You guys are all grain. Cattle. I don't know if I have any sheep ranches. It's unfortunate. Alright, let's keep going. Ooh, I can build another division. Okay, so next up, gonna set up another division. Cultural, gonna have to be Dixie again. Infantry, no, I want cavalry. Okay. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go for 3 cavalry divisions out here. And then I'm gonna start building up the army here. That's kind of the plan at the moment. Mormon exodus to Utah. In 1843, Joseph Smith, leader of the Mormons, was arrested in Illinois for having introduced polygamy in his quickly growing sect. A mob stormed the prison and lynched Smith. The new leader, Brigham Young, took the Mormons over the Rocky Mountains and founded what would later become the state of Utah. Dominant issue for a religious majority in Illinois is set to moralism. Well then. Ooh, a couple of interesting events I just saw. I just saw France and Napoleon I returns, and then Bolivia has declared independence from Peru. Are you guys at war? No, you are not. Excellent. Peru, minus 20. Can we declare war on them? No, never mind. Not that I would, it's just, it's curious to know. Bolivia, Argentina, Chile. The South American nations are fun to play. I will probably do a playthrough at some point. I think my very first game I played of Victoria, maybe my second or third one was, I just did Uruguay, which is super boring until about 1870, because it takes you a long time to build up your country. And then after that, I think I puppeted like all of these countries in South America. Like I just went on some crazy rampage, and Uruguay like conquered the continent. It was pretty fun. Not gonna lie, that was fun. All right, guys, let's keep going. Prestige is slowly ticking up here. Schweinswald has a deal with Orange. Did they pronounce that? Oh man, we have a lot of glass. I want to sell at greater than, yeah, that. So, good. We have more money coming in. Okay, budget. I am going to take my tariffs down. Minority issues hotly debated in Virginia. The cultural and social coherence of our country has become a subject of bitter debate. Some want our country to become a melting pot of diverse, that's not how you spell diverse, ethnic and cultural groups, while others are demanding conformity by our minorities to the dominant culture. Oh, they are cultural aliens. Dominant, must be culturally assimilated. All humans have the same rights. You know, culturally assimilated is the best compromise. That's not what I would do today, but I'm also I'm trying not to play this game in such a way that I would. As using my modern, 21st century sensibilities, where I'm kind of like, ooh, United Kingdom and Queen Victoria marries, where I support, general, human rights and all that good stuff. Okay, here we go. Slavery hotly debated in Virginia. The state has not yet decided for or against slavery, which has become the single most important question in the election. Proponents of slavery and abolitionists began arriving here from other states long before the campaign started. Anger is in the air, and there is a risk that there will be bloodshed. Slavery arguments prevail, abolitionist arguments prevail, debate degenerates into fistfights. I'm going to do all the abolitionist stuff, and the reason for that is, well, not only one, that's my preference, but two, if I can trigger the Civil War early, I want to do that. The Civil War in this game gets really weird, and you'll see as we move along here, but it doesn't simulate the actual Civil War very well. I'm told there's ooh, there we go. All right, we got more of this stuff. Do the same thing here. I'm told there's a mod that will make it much easier, but if you try to play this game as the Confederacy, it just doesn't work very well for whatever reason. The way they've modified it, usually the USA wins in a year, and then if you try to play as the Confederacy, it does some weird events and things like that. So I had one game where I played as the Confederacy, and I conquered everything. I had troops in Chicago, I had troops in Washington D.C., I had troops in New York. I think I was marching on Boston, and then an event triggered. Which gave me my independence, but I lost Virginia and Kentucky and Texas, I want to say. So I was the CSA was just this that was independent. It's very weird. I don't know.